In English, you can report a conversation like this. A friend says, "I am tired." Later, you tell someone, "She said that she was tired." This is correct. It's clear. But it's also a little boring. What if she didn't just say it? What if she admitted it after a long day? What if she complained about it? What if she insisted that she needed a break? The specific verb you choose to report the conversation changes everything. Using a variety of reporting verbs is the secret that separates intermediate speakers from advanced, sophisticated communicators. And today, we are going to learn that secret. Welcome back to our advanced series, English Grammar Unlocked. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are learning how to report conversations like a professional journalist using advanced reported speech. In this episode, we will turn a grammar lesson into an exclusive interview. First, we will go behind the scenes of an interview between a journalist and a famous film director to see these advanced verbs in action. Second, we will master 7 essential vocabulary words for reporting and interviewing. And finally, for our language focus, we will break down the special grammar patterns that follow different reporting verbs. Are you ready to report the news? Every great article starts with a conversation. Let's listen to the original, direct conversation between a young journalist named Ethan and a legendary film director, Isabella Rossi, about her difficult new film. Part 1. The Interview. Direct Speech. Our story begins in a quiet hotel suite. Ethan, the journalist, is a little nervous. Isabella Rossi is his hero. He turns on his recorder and begins. Ethan asks, "Miss Rossi, your new film, Mountain of Echoes, was a very difficult film to make, wasn't it?" Isabella Rossi sighs and gives a small smile. "Yes, you're right," she says. "It was very challenging. The weather was a nightmare." Ethan continues. "The film is already inspiring so many people. What advice do you have for young filmmakers who are just starting out?" Isabella leans forward. "This is very important," she says. "You should be patient. Do not give up when people say no. And you must believe in your story." Ethan asks one final difficult question. "There are rumors that the studio wanted to stop filming because it was too expensive. Is that true?" Isabella's face becomes very serious. "That rumor is true," she says. "But I told them, no. We must finish this story. I insisted on it. It was not negotiable. This is our direct speech. The exact words the people said. This is the raw material. The interview is over. Now, the journalist's real work begins. Ethan's job is to turn this simple conversation into a compelling and interesting article for a magazine. How does he report what Isabella said without using the word said over and over again? Let's read the first paragraph of his article. Part 2. The article, Advanced Reported Speech. In our exclusive interview, legendary director Isabella Rossi was remarkably honest about her new film. She admitted that the film had been very challenging, especially because of the weather. When asked for her advice for a new generation of filmmakers, She encouraged them to be patient and warned them not to give up when they face rejection. Regarding the well-known production problems, Rossi insisted on finishing the film, stating that it was not negotiable. She also promised that her next movie would be a comedy, a surprising change for the acclaimed director. Wow! Do you see how much more powerful and professional that sounds? Ethan didn't just use said. He chose more precise and descriptive reporting verbs, and this is what made his writing so much better. He used admitted to show that she was agreeing to something that was difficult. He used encouraged and warned to report her advice in a very specific way. He used insisted on to show her strength and determination. And he used promised to report her statement about the future. Each verb tells a deeper story. Ethan's article is much more interesting than a simple transcript. That's because he used a variety of reporting verbs, and each one follows its own special grammar pattern. Let's become grammar experts and analyze the rules. Part 3. Language focus. First, our 7 essential vocabulary words for today's lesson. Our first word is to report. To report means to give a description of something or to tell people what has happened. For example, a journalist's job is to report the news accurately. Our second word is interview. An interview is a meeting where someone, like a journalist, asks another person questions. For example, Ethan was nervous before his interview with the famous director. Our third phrase is direct speech. Direct speech shows the exact words someone said, using quotation marks. For example, I am tired is direct speech. Next, we have to advise. To advise means to give someone your opinion about what they should do. For example, the director advised young filmmakers to be patient. Our fifth word is to admit. To admit means to agree that something is true, especially when it is something bad or embarrassing. For example, she admitted that making the movie was very difficult. The sixth word is to insist. To insist means to say or demand something forcefully and not accept any opposition. For example, she insisted on finishing the film, even when the studio wanted to stop. And our final word is to summarize. To summarize means to give a short, clear description of the main points of something. For example, a journalist has to summarize a long interview in a short article. Now for our grammar focus. Advanced reported speech. The key is to learn which grammar pattern follows each new reporting verb. Let's look at 3 common patterns. Pattern number 1. Verb plus that. Clause. This is the pattern for verbs of statement and belief. It's similar to said that. Common verbs in this group are admit that, promise that, explain that, claim that, and deny that. For example, she admitted that the film was challenging. Pattern number 2. Verb plus object plus to. Infinitive. This is the pattern for verbs of advice, commands, and warnings. You are telling someone to do something. Common verbs are advise someone to do something, encourage someone to do something, warn someone not to do something, remind someone to do something, and ask someone to do something. For example, she advised young filmmakers to be patient. She warned them not to give up. Pattern number 3. Verb plus gerund. Ing. Form. This is the pattern for verbs that describe the type of action. Common verbs are admit doing, suggest doing, deny doing, and recommend doing. Some of these can also use a that clause. For example, she admitted making a mistake, or she admitted that she made a mistake. A special one is insist on doing something. She insisted on finishing the film. You've learned the theory of how to report conversations like a professional. Now, how can you practice this in your daily English? Here's your workout. Part 4. Practice tips for the 4 skills. For listening, watch or listen to a news report where a journalist is summarizing an interview with a politician or a celebrity. Listen carefully for the reporting verbs they use. Do they use admitted, claimed, urged, or denied? For speaking, tell your AI tutor, using your voice, about a conversation you had with a friend yesterday. Your challenge is to use at least 3 different reporting verbs. For example, my friend advised me to try a new restaurant. He promised that it was very good. He suggested going on Friday. For reading, find a newspaper or magazine article that is based on an interview. Take a highlighter and mark all the different reporting verbs the journalist uses instead of said. And for writing, this is a perfect exercise. In your journal, imagine you just interviewed your favorite celebrity or a person you admire. Write 1 short paragraph to summarize the interview. Your challenge is to use at least 3 advanced reporting verbs from our lesson today. Part 5. Your next action. Today, you are no longer just repeating what people say. You are now a journalist, an interpreter. You are reporting conversations with nuance, precision, and style. This is a sophisticated skill that will make you a more powerful and effective communicator in any professional or academic situation. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. First, we went behind the scenes of an interview and saw how a journalist transforms direct speech into a sophisticated article. Second, we learned that using a variety of reporting verbs like admit, advise, and insist makes our English sound more professional. And finally, we broke down the 3 common grammar patterns that follow these advanced verbs. We also learned 7 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were to report, interview, direct speech, to advise, to admit, to insist, and to summarize. Now, I have a final question for you. Think about the last piece of advice someone gave you. How would you report it? Start your sentence with, "My friend advised me to." Share your sentence in the comment section below. If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who wants to improve their professional writing. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you don't miss our next workout. Remember, good grammar doesn't just show what was said, it tells the story behind the words. Until next time, take care and happy learning.